What's up, everybody? Welcome to Poot's Garage. How's it going? We're coming to you from just outside the shop right now. I don't have a whole lot for you this week, so I just all I can do is throw a bunch of these small clips I had already. We're just gonna throw all this stuff together, give you a little update on how the Jeep Gladiator truck is coming along. So, I don't know if you can notice, but it's getting kind of ugly out there these days. It's really cold. It's probably like 50, 55 degrees right now. It's trying to rain. Yeah, weather's just getting ugly lately, so. Let's go inside and see if I can show you some stuff. So this is the Jeep Gladiator. What is it? I can't remember. It's a J-3000, 1968, I believe. So we spent this weekend, me and Hovig and I, focused a lot on electrical. We want to start buttoning up a lot of these small items here. So probably can't tell much from the last video because I don't know how much I showed it. Geez, did I really just do that on video? And well, anyways, we went through and we got a lot of this stuff hooked up. Just slowly plugging away. I let Hovig deal with all the ignition stuff because that's all new stuff to me. We did have to run to the store. We got the proper adapters we needed for his temperature sensors. What else did we do up here? You can see his ignition box is getting buttoned up there pretty good. We got a little bit going on there. We got the new, I believe that's like a breaker for the power supply to the electric fans. So that's pretty exciting. And then we got some stuff going here. We are gonna end up mounting the ignition coil probably over here on the fender. Cleaned up the coil mounting bracket, got it all cleaned up and painted. Looks pretty nice. Yes, sir. What else we got? I think I crawled under there. You'll see in a little clip that I put that little adapter on the fuel pump there for the inlet. If we come over to this side, we got a few more wires that are just kind of running. These need to go to the battery. One thing we kind of forgot about is the battery tray itself doesn't fit anymore because if you remember in a previous video, I actually moved this whole side of the radiator support over, which ran into our battery box here. So let's see if I can do this one handed. So I believe the battery tray before, yeah, you can see the bracket that's stuck out there. Probably have to trim that off or something, or just leave it for now. Before the battery tray sat sideways, like probably just like this. Yeah, because it mounted to the inside there. So it sat like that. Well, obviously now it doesn't fit. We could modify it to make it fit back like this, but I think we're gonna actually turn the battery sideways. And then Jesus. Since it fits nicely in here, and then it drops down. So the only thing I'm gonna have to do is I'm just gonna have to notch out this area here and then rebuild the sheet metal a little bit. And then I forget, we measured out what size battery will fit so we can get the biggest battery possible in this. Oh yeah, and then I'm gonna actually extend out this side so you can see where it's all rotten anyways. I'm gonna cut this edge off. I'm gonna bring this out like, I forget what it is, another maybe an inch or so, just to get a little more length for the next size up battery, so we can get plenty of cold cranking amps in here. So yeah, that shouldn't be too hard. That's all just basic metal stuff that I can deal with pretty easily, I think. You can see where I have to notch it out. This will be easy. Just cut a section out, re-weld the metal back in, blah blah blah. Bada bing, bada boom. So I think that's about all we got going on up here. Ooh, it's gonna be a quick video. I spent a little time inside this nasty thing. Playing with all this wiring, trying to figure out what's what goes where, what do we need. And so I started with these gauges. I mounted the gauges, and I started, you know, bundling the common wires together, the powers, grounds, the lighting. Oh, that's right. I had used some liquid electrical tape on that, so I thought I had mounted the ground already, but I didn't, so it's no big deal. And then obviously one of those is voltage, so it's getting it from its gauge power. And then we got the temperature and oil. It's real simple to hook those up. I just gotta remember, well, I gotta find out what wires they were in this mess. So no big deal. Well, you can see those came out pretty good. They look good down there. Not too intrusive. So that's coming along slowly. Another thing we struggled with for quite a while, yeah, we can see down here, is the fuel filler neck. The vent hose was too small to get it back onto the fuel tank down there. They had a 5/8 hose on it before, and somehow they got it on there. It's supposed to be a 3/4 hose, so we couldn't get it on. I think it was just that old 5/8 hose was just old and stiff and wouldn't stretch out anymore. So Hovig got the proper 3/4 inch hose. I don't know if you can tell there. It's kind of hard to see here. That bend was extremely hard to get without the hose kinking. So we go ahead and line the whole thing in zip ties so it holds its shape, so it won't kink when it bends around that edge. Now it holds its shape, so it's working. As you can see by the red outline, this whole area gets covered by the cover. Might not be the prettiest, but it's working and it will be covered. This here is a Poot's Tech Tip with your host, Poot. So if you ever have a piece of rubber hose that will not form right, just throw it in the oven for a while, see what happens. So the problem with this hose was it was flat because it was like the end of the row. You can see where it's kind of still squished there. Yeah, so just get it nice and warm in the oven. It's got it set to about 200 degrees right now. She's looking a lot better than it was before. And then underneath, we did play a little bit. Probably won't be able to see because of the lighting. Yeah, you can't really see, but we got the fuel fillers all hooked up here. The fuel tank itself is hanging. Looks like we still gotta tighten up the strap. And there might be a ground wire or something attached down there. I don't know. So that's kind of where we're at. We got the bed full of junk. Okay, it's not all junk. There's some nice stuff in there. But, you know, I think that's about it for here. We didn't do a whole lot of videos when we were working on this. Usually we got the music playing too loud and kind of don't even think about it. We just get into a work mode and start hammering away on stuff, especially when it gets down to this electrical and the small things, these little tedious tasks. You just want to work. But yeah, we're getting there. Oh, I guess one more thing we did mount is the transmission cooler. This is an old cooler I had. Oh, that's right. I do need to make another bracket to support this a little better. Probably just gonna run a strap straight up to the top. Maybe one on each side, we'll see. Might not, probably just need one, just to keep that from going like that constantly. So that shouldn't be too big of a deal. And what else? I already talked about the battery tray. So yeah, that's kind of how we are. Kind of cool story. I think this cooler actually came off of another Jeep truck. It was one that I used back in a kind of a demolition derby many years ago. The backside of this actually has a heart spray painted on it from when I used it in that derby. It survived, so now it's being used in this truck. So that's kind of cool. It is a big old cooler though, so it should cool plenty. So other than that, I think we are pretty much caught up. Yeah, we just got a lot of days of this little tedious stuff, and the wiring can take a long time. Yeah, because I remember I rewired that whole Jeep CJ5 over this past, I don't know, was that spring or so? Kind of over the winter and spring, and yeah, it was a lot of little work, but it's worth it when it's done and it's clean. You know, when you do it right, it's definitely worth it. So we're getting there. Other than that, I think that's about it for now. So I will catch you guys on the flip side.